Hey, what is up, everybody? It's Connor with a actual game design video, which is what I was intending to do on this channel from the start and have not done much at all. So, and my computer is lighting on fire, so if you can hear that, congratulations. Today I have this little time-lapse video of me making the new character sheets for Final Quests, which largely remain the same as they were previously, but the main difference is that, well, you'll see the main differences, but basically I need to remake them because the grammar on the original ones are really bad, and a lot of the things need nerfs and changes. My original prototype for this game that I thought was really good is absolute garbage, like absolute trash, and the game itself is kind of absolute trash as well. I think I definitely might have had a few yes men on my side, and by a few yes men I specifically mean my dad. He said it was good, but I gotta tell you, Dad, this game is garbage. Not unsalvageable, I think. I mean, I'm not a professional. I go to school for this to learn how to do it, but like, oh god, this game's a mess. So the first thing, I already talked about the grammar issues and how the things on the card are outdated. I needed to add a health bar as well, which will be later on in the video, and I needed to do stuff with the experience points tracker at the top. So I didn't actually do the EXP tracker on the top, and the reason for that is because I'm changing how experience works largely to fit the game's pace now. So when I first made Final Quests, which was my, well, actually, I've been like thinking about making this game and like what it would be like since like 5th or 6th grade, and I started like actually working on it probably in middle school. That entire thing got scrapped, and then I actually made the game my sophomore year of high school after playing a ton of Summoner Wars. So this game is loosely not based off of it, but takes a lot of ideas from it. So the idea at first was that it was going to be really long. It was going to be a long game, but no one wants to play that game, and basically it just kept speeding up and speeding up and speeding up until it is around the same, around the same time as Summoner Wars, probably. So a lot of the cards are super outdated. For example, like, you can get the max amount of EXP you can get on a character is 12. For anyone who has never played my game, you don't need to play my game to understand this. But basically, within the game, the problem is that the game will either end before you get to 12 EXP, or there's really just no way to get 12 EXP logically without winning. So yeah, the game would end no matter what. So no one ever gets to 12, which is level 4. All the level 4 spells are completely busted, and I gotta say, I've playtested this game not as much as I should have, but no one has ever reached a level 4, ever. So all the spells are completely broken. So basically, I didn't put the EXP chart in the character sheet yet because I'm changing how much experience a character can get, and I'm probably maxing it to 7 or 8, and changing level 4 to, instead of being a spell, being a passive bonus or some other type of bonus. There's a new mechanic that I'm probably going to throw in to the game to help balance some stuff out, but I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'll probably talk about it after I playtest a little bit. So basically, within the card, I just needed to have level 4, not level 4, I'm sorry, this is not scripted at all. I needed the experience thing not to be done because I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, basically. Because my initial plan was playtest this game a lot and then show it to my professors, but I can't really redesign this stuff until I know what I'm doing with it. So I'm not really sure how that's going to work yet. I might even like tweak it, show them my shittily tweaked game, and then buy the new prototype. I don't know yet. We'll see. So right there, what you just saw me doing was creating the chart for, I should have been talking about that the whole time, and now I'm doing this whole thing backwards. Basically, this is the chart for the stats on a character. You can see me switching my music there. And that took me a really long time to figure out because I didn't know how to do exact measurements in Illustrator. So it took me a minute to figure that out. But basically, I created another document that was 1 by 1 inch because that box in the bottom is 1 by 1 inch. And then I just created the graph there because it's way easier to see dimensions and what you're trying to look at on your own document. And then I just copy and pasted it in. So that took a lot longer than I think you would expect. It was really tedious and really annoying, and it's not something I would say I particularly enjoy doing, but I did it, so that's cool. And here I'm just adding the final touches to that down there, the top border, just some graphic design stuff just to make it look all pretty. You know me, I go to art school, but not actually. So now what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna see what I'm doing. Oh, okay, so here, this was pretty difficult too, and this was, it still doesn't look that good in my opinion, but basically I have to create the action counter squares. So basically each of these squares is like an action, and throughout the game you're going to be covering the squares that I'm putting here to show that you did an action. And this took me a while too. This is sped up like literally like 9,000, not 9,000, but like 4,000 times. Because the squares just looked off by like a little bit, and I think it's not noticeable to the naked eye, but you could definitely, like I could definitely tell, and I like couldn't understand how to fix it. So I was like, alright, like no one's gonna notice this, but maybe someone will notice it, and I'll get absolutely roasted later. That would really suck. So yeah, so the M stands for movement. The next one is C, which is combat, and then the last one's gonna be MA, which is magic. And here I stop doing what I'm doing because I'm talking to one of my friends. So yeah. This was annoying, and the graphic design side of this is not, it's not unenjoyable. It's something that I know how to do. But a lot of it is actually, I mean, I'm not a professional programmer. I've only programmed a little bit, but a lot of programming is about, like, from what I can tell, is just understanding how you're going to approach the problem. And I kind of feel that graphic design, in this sense of creating this character sheet, is the same way. Each thing I created, I had to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? And after I figured it out, it wasn't difficult. It was more or less just tedious, of like measuring everything so that it's exact. So here I decided that green was disgusting and I needed to change the color, and then now I'm adding in the spell boxes. That wasn't too bad. I got really bored. It's pretty depressing. And then this is where I started doing the EXP thing, but then I realized that I didn't know what I was doing with that yet, so I was like, okay, skip it. Now, this is something super important. This is a health tracker that I'm putting in right now, and the health tracker is not something that I had initially, but on GameCrafter, dice are super cost effective. Like super expensive, so I didn't want that to be a thing, so I added in a health tracker, which was way more annoying than it really had any right to be, mostly because I had to do some math and some calculations. You know me, I'm a college student, and I just threw that right in there, and that's the end of that video. So that was me creating my character sheet. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not finished. I have to put each character in and all their stuff in. But other than that, it looks okay, I guess. This is really just the shell of what I need to put in later. So that's that. I still need to create the borders, throw the character art in there, and fill everything out. But until I know exactly what I want to throw in there, I think it's safe to not do that yet and just not waste time. Or I could start throwing stuff in and then just change it later, obviously. But there's a lot of stuff that's going to be changing in this game, so stay tuned for that. That is hopefully a weekly update for this week. I'm not sure if every week we'll get an update like this, but hopefully it will. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching my very poorly edited video. See ya.